Hey friends, it's Teresa here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am participating in a Traci Reed Designs YouTube Hop. And so we're working with the brand new Smitten collection. And today I had an idea for this layout. How about a starburst with strips of pattern paper, only heart-shaped? And so that's laid out. I have the strips of paper laid out on the right hand side, and then since there were so many pattern papers here, I wanted them to sort of pop against the background, so I decided to use plain white cardstock. And then of course it needed a little bit of something on the background, so I grabbed a couple of paints and did a mixed media kind of background. They're just a couple of paint colors from Heidi Swap, from Tim Holtz, and the sort of greenish blue color is Americana. And so I'm just sort of mimicking the heart shape around here. I know there's lots of different ways to do a mixed media background, but given the fact that I wanted to sort of repeat the heart shape, I decided to just go ahead and freehand that heart and just use a brush. I started with my two lighter shades, the pink and the little greenish blue color. I think that my printer must have printed the blues in this collection more on the green side, because I think that technically that color is supposed to be a light blue, but for some reason on my printed strips, it looks a little bit more green. So print out your pattern papers and match by that. But in the end, it looks really cute together. And also, I want to just say, I do this every time. When you splatter red paint, it looks it looks a little vicious on the page. So to sort of minimize that, I joined some of those splatters together and then just kind of let them run together. This is my super quick drying technique. I just take a paper towel and pat it a little bit. It also tones down those backgrounds and makes it a little less bright on the page, I guess. So working out a layout like this takes a few steps, and I'm sure that I'll get some questions about how did I create these little pattern paper strips. And I did that in Photoshop and the Silhouette combined. And so what I started in the Silhouette this time and drew the little rectangles so that they were in a heart shape both inside and outside. I just used the point editing tool in Silhouette. I did one side first and then mirrored it. And then in the Silhouette software, you save that as a print to PDF and then bring your PDF into Photoshop. And once I brought it into Photoshop, I created a new layer out of all of the strips, one by one, to clip the pattern papers to, and then brought it back into the Silhouette so that you can print and cut it the way that you need it to. So the Silhouette really did the large majority of the work here. And then all that was left to do was just to glue it down. And so it turned out really cute. I wanted it to be an open heart in the center and then also heart-shaped on the outside. So it took a little bit of doing in the Silhouette, but it was definitely worth it, and it made for a really fun layout here. One thing that I will say, because I mirrored the left side of it, it mirrored the pattern papers. And so there was one pattern paper that I used that had handwriting on it, and that showed up mirrored. So I replaced that pattern paper on the right hand side with some of the scraps and some of the pieces that were left over, and that's fine. It turned out, I could have left them reversed just for fun. I don't even think anybody would have noticed, but I do want to you know, just take excellent care with these pattern papers. They truly are beautiful, and I'm just excited to get to play with it. And also I just love challenging myself to use as many of the beautiful patterns as possible on these layouts. And so this was definitely accomplished that. I didn't use them all, but definitely, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 pattern papers. And look how cute that's turning out. One of the things that I noticed as I adhered all of these pieces down was that it still sort of fades into the background, and I'm gonna figure out how to bring that out a little bit more. You probably have already noticed how I did that, but that is one thing that I'm feeling at this stage, is that it's all a little bit blending together, so nothing really stands out just yet. But once I have all of those adhered down, then I'm going to work on my photo. My story is back a couple of years ago, I did a special Valentine's Day present for Alan. And one thing, we've been married 10 years now, but we never had our wedding photos printed for hanging on the wall or anything like that. And so I had a print done on wood, and it turned out really beautiful, and that was his Valentine's Day present. And I think that it might have been one of his favorite presents ever. He actually teared up when he opened it. And it was just a really special moment. It's hanging in his office. Well, not really in his office, but his office is in the bonus room upstairs. And so it's hanging in the hallway where he can see it every day. And so that's what I wanted to document on this layout. And I used that lovely love word for my title, and then also this cute little truck. And so I used the truck because it kind of made me think of special packages, special deliveries, that kind of thing. And then I also am going to add a little banner there at the top of the photo. And one of the things that I've been doing lately, sometimes when I print out these embellishments, these are the stickers from the Smitten collection, sometimes I sort them out by color, but there were some really cool shapes in this collection, and so this time I've sorted it by shape. And so there were the tags and labels, the banners, the stamps, the hearts, the little word art, and the balloons. They were so cute. The donuts, just all kinds of really cool illustrations. As always, this is my favorite part about, well, I don't know, the pattern papers are my favorite part. The embellishments are my favorite part. I don't know. They're just all around great collections. So that's why I like playing with them so much. So now I sort of have an idea of what other shapes and types of embellishments there are to add. And because I think that at this point, the color palette is all the colors in the collection. especially with the pattern paper background, right? And that was just awesome. I love lots of color, love playing with color. And I already have a pretty well-established shape on the page because the whole background is the heart shape. So other than the title and the little truck and the banner, I'm not gonna do much else. I added those little word strips there on the heart itself, just to have a little something there. That was sort of an intuitive decision. I don't know. And then I'm going to make a little spot here at this right-hand corner to do a journal spot. So I'm going to use one of the word strips, one of the little journal tags. First, I put these little hearts behind there, and then this sort of evolved a little bit. There we go. I put the little lips and one of the heart balloons, and then of course stamped the date and wrote out a couple of sentences here, just talking about how this was one of the most special presents for us both, actually. And here's where I added a second heart balloon. Oh gosh, these are so cute. And they kind of help. What they do is, there's all kinds of lines and visual interests. We're going to talk design talk here for a minute. Obviously, the pattern paper strips take your eye all the way around the page, but the foundation line is established along the bottom of the page. And so it takes your eye from the photo and the title, Love, to the little truck, to the little balloons, and to the journaling. And your eye can go up and around to get to that place as well. Several different ways that you can travel across this page. And that's how I like to talk about design, the design choices that I make on my pages, is how are you telling the eye to go across the page. And so that is two ways on this layout, and that's kind of a win-win. You can go around the heart, or you can go directly across the bottom. Either way, there's lots to look at and lots of color and just all my favorite things on the layout. So here's where I'm gonna work on this, sort of trying to make the background stand out a little bit more. And what I found were this little Ellie Studio line stamp with a couple of little hearts at the end of it. And so I think I'm going to stamp some of those and help highlight that heart shape. And check this out. Check out how cute this turns out. Oh, I'm in love. And so that met my approval. So I'm going to do that a couple more times. I'm just going to bend this little stamp a couple of ways to fit around and inside of the heart shape. Just having a little bit of fun here. Kind of working with it a little bit to get it to fit into those shapes. And also I'm going to have to mask that one off. So I'm just going to grab a little spare sheet of cardstock and there. Ah, so cute. I love doing this with stamps, repeating the shapes that are already showing up on the layout, just to emphasize those edges a little bit, draw your eye to that. And it definitely needed that. I think if you're a kind of person who likes sewing, then you could sew around or on top of these strips. But stamps for the win as well. And I do like sewing with my sewing machine sometimes, but I thought this was a fun way to work with this layout today. So there you go. I just wanted to bring that on around to the journaling spot over here. So I put a little bit there. Yeah. Can you tell? I kind of like it. And then one more here, continuing up around that heart shape. So I hope that you will join us on our YouTube Hop today. Be sure to check out the other creative team members and see what they've done. Make sure that you leave a comment for everyone. We would love to hear from you. Would love to hear if you're planning to purchase this collection and what you feel inspired to create with it. I will also have this on my blog, and we'll link that below. I'll link the product down below so that you can purchase if you haven't already, and also so that you can go visit my blog and check out more details. You can pin the images from there, and I just appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.